Okay, so I'm still damp here. Now we're gonna grab her. Deutz fish are very, very slippery. So especially be very, so I'm gonna put her there, and then we're just gonna cover her eye a little bit. And it'd be nice if you have somebody that can just kind of cuff her tail gently, because that's what's gonna take her off the table. So then I'm gonna take a paper towel, and we're just going to wipe just this area here. See all this white area? All this honeycomb white area? We're not gonna touch that because that's new skin and we don't wanna rip that off. So I'm only gonna touch these kind of red angry areas. And I'm gonna get a little bit of the slime off. But ordinarily I would, I'm not gonna use iodine on this because it is trying to heal. As bad as it looks, I'm not gonna use iodine on it. We're gonna go straight to Neosporin. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and just kind of try to pack those wounds. And you see how I'll kind of go on an angle in all directions? I'm trying to kind of smear it, not under the skin, but I'm trying to get it into the edges of that wound. I should probably film what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to get it into the edges of that wound pretty good. And then see if any of these other scales, adjacent scales on either side, if they were loose, I would try pretty hard. I would think about either pulling them if they were visibly infected, if they looked like they were getting eaten away, or if they were really, really, really loose, hanging on by a thread, I might pull them. But at the very least, I'm gonna make sure that they're not loose. See, that one's wiggling, but that's normal. They would be like flipping around if they were loose. And if they were loose, you maybe consider pulling them, or at the very least, you would pack some Neosporin a little bit under those. Nah, not terrible. There's color there. So now I'm going to you would take your liquid skin and brush it over that and let it dry, or you could take denture powder. Big thing when you're using powders is try not to let it get anywhere but where you want it. So sometimes I'll take an index card and kind of use it as a shield.
Need a needle?
Oh, there we go. Oh. So this is just making a really nice fine coating.
Works when you don't want to.
And there we go. And that's going to be good. That's going to be done for that fish. So now I'm going to very gently. Another thing to do is you put a bag down and then work on her bag. The problem with that is they slide around on the bag. But when you're done, you can just go boop and taco them and pick them up that way. I don't recommend doing what I'm doing, which is just pick them up with your hands, because again, she could flip and hit the floor. So again, if anybody wants to see this, I'm very sorry that not everybody's gonna, I'll try to get over to the side if anybody wants to see. But essentially, I'm just gonna revive her like you would a fish that you caught, hook and line. So I'm gonna grab her by the tail, real gently, and just swish her back and forth.